The main way to move items or liquids around in immersive engineering is with conveyor belts. They may look a bit intimidating when you first look at them, but they're actually very straightforward and really fun to use. If we start off with the basic conveyors, you can see when I'm holding it in my hand, which by the way, they're mostly made of like leather, iron and redstone. They're very simple to make. You can see I kind of, depending on which way I'm facing, see there's an X on the square. So if I hover my mouse in that quadrant, it's facing that way, here, here, and here, etc. So I can go, okay, I want it to go that way, I want it to go that way, and I want it to go that way. I can also right-click it with my engineer's hammer to change the direction if I've placed it the wrong way. And I can sneak-click to actually change if I want it to go up or down, which is a really cool way to do it as well. I can also actually use a die and dye the outside, and this is really easy for just visually seeing your production lines, basically. We can drop items onto it like this. That's obviously coming back down. We can actually walk onto them as well. It will move entities, whether that's a player or an animal, etc. But that could be a bit annoying. If you want to actually stop that from happening, then all of the conveyor belts also have these covered versions where you have to make some steel scaffolding and put it on top. So conveyor belt here, these like this. You can see, obviously, I can't accidentally walk onto here. But also, if I drop this item on here and I'm walking around, la la la, oops, I've accidentally picked up the dirt off the conveyor. Now, that will not happen. It's a bit harder to actually get these in here manually, but that's kind of the whole point. I now will not be able to pick up that dirt while it is inside that conveyor with the steel on top. And it also means you can jump over them a lot easier, etc. So up to you which you'd like to use. Obviously, the steel ones are a bit more expensive, but it does help with accidentally stepping on them, entities going onto them, or even picking items up off the production lines where you don't want to. There is then a redstone control conveyor belt where if it has a redstone signal, it will actually, use a redstone control or not. And if you shift click this one, say you've placed it going this way, but you want the redstone signal on this side, you can shift right click with your engineer's hammer and it will change the side that the redstone control is going to be activated from. So we're now going to have a redstone activation from here. If I then turn a lever on, you can see the conveyor has stopped and it goes from blue to red when it's on. And if I then shift click it to that side, oh my God, that's actually really, that isn't meant to work like that. The redstone still works from that side. Okay. I guess you change it, but it doesn't seem to make a difference. That might be a bug. I was under the impression that when we change this side over. But either way, there you go. That's how it works. The next one I want to show you is the dropping conveyor belt. Can you see this has a hatch in the middle? If I then put this chest on the conveyor, you can see it's gone into the dropping conveyor belt, and that is going to drop it underneath it. And therefore it has gone into the chest beneath this conveyor. The next one is a vertical conveyor belt. Now, you do just place it like this. So if you're thinking, do I place a horizontal one here and then vertical here? No, you just place it like that, and it will fully connect it on that block. And what we can do then is drop this concrete, and it will go up walls, basically. And you can just put one then horizontal at the top here, like that. And that's going to move them vertically. We've got another few items. Where did I put it? Oh, I think I got rid of it. I was going to show you the splitting conveyor belt. So this splitting conveyor belt, as you can see here, is going to split the direction in which items go down. And that's a really cool one we can use as well if we want to sort of round robin things. But how do we actually extract out of things? Well, that is the extracting conveyor belt, as you can see here. We put this against the chest. So if I actually show you how to use it, if I want it going that way, that is the way that the conveyor is going to go. So the extraction point is behind or on the opposite side of the way you want the conveyor to go. And that is simply going to pull out of the attached inventory. Another really cool item is the item router. While technically not a conveyor belt, I thought it would be useful to show you it anyway. If we have here items coming out of this chest and going into either this one or this one, maybe we want to decide a filter. And that is exactly what the item router does. Now, looking in here, it can look a bit confusing. We can use tag filters. So filtering items based on the tags, like forge ores could be used for silver ore. NBT data or damage, meaning it will actually ignore armor and weapon damage, etc., if it's filtering through. Now, you can't color code it per se. What these letters mean is the bottom, the top, north, south, east, and west. And if you're like, oh god, I don't have a mini map or a compass, well, if you see that the north side is red, can you see here this side is red, so you know that is north, and yellow is this way, which is east, so you know that one is east. So if you're not sure which way round it is, just take a look at the machine. What we've got here then is the red route is saying silver ore. So if I put in a stack of silver ore, you can see it's all going down the red route, whereas iron sheet metal is going in fact, no, let's do jump cushions. That's going to go east. So the extraction is a bit slow, but what you can do to speed this up is use your engineer's screwdriver. If I shift click the extractor, can you see it now says the block will activate every 4 ticks, every 8 ticks, 16, 20, etc. So we can change with the screwdriver how fast the extracting one is going to extract out of the inventory as well. That's another way you can speed this up. And you can see that it has filtered the jump cushions into here based on the east, and it's filtered the silver ore on north. You can do fluids. There is a fluid router rather than an item filter, a fluid outlet, a fluid pump, which is like an extractor, and then fluid pipes. And they work pretty much the same in the same way that the conveyors do, except it's with fluids. And that is how you're going to be logistically moving things around in immersive engineering. Now, if you hadn't already guessed by all of this setup that I've got going on here, I do a lot of other immersive engineering tutorials, and it's all linked in the description. I also do other Minecraft mods as well. You can find that in the description and pinned comment too. If you would like to support the channel and you found this useful, please do check out my Patreon as well in the description. It really helps support this channel.